Hi, Christian coaches. My lipstick looks super dark today. How are you? It's Dr. AJ Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, where I train Black women of faith to become certified life coaches online in one day. I am super excited to be here with you to talk about number one, you should have gotten an email from me today. If you did not, I'm going to need you to do something. Head over, you got several options, but I'm going to give you one, to www.the8hourcoach.com. The8hourcoach.com. That is specifically for you. If you didn't get my email today, because it was good. It was fueled by passion this morning. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. www.the8hourcoach. Use the number 8. I'm pinning it in the comments if you're live here with me on Facebook. Of course, I'm trying to get it to where Facebook doesn't mess with my light when I pin comments, but that is our love-hate relationship, okay? The8hourcoach.com is my email list. And this morning I sent out a post that talks about the qualifications of a coach. And that post, that email, etc., was fueled by passion that came from a question in another group I'm in of future millionaires. And I found myself responding in the group, but I said, you know what? These are not my future Black life coaches. Let me talk to my future Black life coaches. So that's when I sent you an email. I hope you got it. If not, check out the8hourcoach.com. Hello, Coach Michelle Green, one of our certified life coaches. How are you? So say hey when you come in the room if you're here with me live. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, hey girl, hey, or guy. I have learned recently that guys have been sneaking into the crew. Hey y'all. Also, if you're listening on the podcast, hello there. Join us on Facebook Live. It's a lot of fun over here. Look me up. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Future Black Life Coach here on Facebook Live with me. So the question that triggered passion this morning, I was typing and I was thinking and I was pausing and I was trying to say it the right way and do what my coaches and my teachers have taught me, which is use only necessary words. And I was shortening sentences and still trying to get my point across without putting it out there like I was really thinking it. You know how you really want, like if I could say what I was really thinking, I would have hurt some feelings this morning. So I decided instead to send an email to post on my Facebook group and to share it in our Future Black Life Coaches Facebook group. And then come here live with you to see if you're qualified to coach. Now, here's what I think that was my tipping point this morning. Hello, Future Black Life Coach Nikki Gates. How are you? Nikki, if you would hurry up and come join us, girl, I got something so good for you. Like, I have been wanting to share this with you, but you got to be one of our crew, girl. I know you're like a program hopper like me. I'm getting some good stuff that I know would bless your soul, sis. But I can only share it with our coaches. You got to come on and get on board, girl. So that's part of where this passion came from this morning, because I was in a really good group. They're highly educated women. They are from all over the world. They are just passionate about what they do, different industries. What I love is it's different aspects of our coaching community as well. And I am literally out of 2,400 people, that's 2,400 people in this group, I am literally the only one in there that's qualified to speak specifically to Black women, future certified life coaches on this topic today. But I didn't even respond to the post in the group because I knew those were not my people. Y'all are my people. And so the post started off something like this. I am highly educated. I have a PhD. I have been certified in other areas. What do you think it takes for you to qualify to call yourself a coach? And I made the decision last week because I'm new to this crew. So I'm trying to get my feel. These are, again, high class Lux ladies, other Lux ladies, because we all bougie in our own rights. And I love it because they are making my brain expand for even how I share my content and making sure that I'm sharing it with the right people. So I found myself typing my response to this post passionately. And then I said, I'm not going to share it here. I'm going to bless my people real good. This is $1 million response, okay? But I hear that a lot. I hear there are two versions of how I hear this. Number one, a lot of people try to come to our tribe of future Black life coaches here in our complimentary Christian coaching community. If you're a part of it, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to ask, okay? I'll share the details with you. But if you're on the list at the 8hourcoach.com, which is pinned in our comments on Facebook Live here below, then you can come in and find out what I'm talking about. But when you try to come into our crew, we get different responses to this question slash, I don't know what I want to call it. And that you either say, number one, I've been certified already. I'm like, but you here though, like you're here in a group for future Black women Christian certified life coaches. Why are you here if you're already certified? What are you missing? Are you missing something? Do you need help with something in particular? That's in particular and specifically. And I'm like really wanting to get to the bottom of, that's like a high schooler going to class with elementary school students. Like, why are you here? Something weird is going on. If you're a TikToker, do you not find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious, in the words of Dr. Omar. And so that's one part of it. Number two is this same type of comment that triggered this response this morning. I'm highly educated. I have degrees and certificates and titles, and I'm bougie and luxury. And my main question is, sis, have you been trained professionally as a coach, specifically in the area that you want to help in? Yes or no? If you're here with me live, put your comments below. I can see you. It's super big. Nikki says she's coming to train with us finally this week. All right, girl, you better come on because I got some goods for you. If you have not specifically, I'm talking specifically to my Black women Christian certified life coaches, those future coaches that I train and certify. If you have not specifically been trained as a Black woman Christian certified life coach, your degree in anything doesn't matter. I say it in love because I'm a highly educated Black woman, Christian, certified life coach, master life coach trainer, author of 16 books, PhD recipient. Okay, so we're smart in our own rights. But just like what it took us to get that other level of education, those other degrees, that other training, those other certificates, if you haven't been trained as a coach, your degrees that are not as a coach don't matter. Even if you have a degree as a coach, a degree is based on theory, it's based on textbook, it's based on ideas and philosophies and, the past and maybe some of the future. But what I have come to discover in my involvement in the life coaching industry since 2013 as a certified coach, since 2016 as a master life coach trainer, having trained over 200 ladies officially, is that what I teach to future Black women, Christian, certified life coaches cannot be found in a textbook. This is hands-on training. This is what we call practical training. This is catering to all learning styles, whether you learn something from a worksheet or whether you're listening to an audio training or whether you're watching a video, but more importantly, whether you're demonstrative, kinesthetic learner, you're putting your hands out in the field, you're getting your nails dirty. Mine probably dirty right now. I've been typing and writing. But it's where you're literally getting out and practicing as a coach. That's what a certification is about. So even if you had a degree as a coach, it wouldn't matter. You would have the basic foundational philosophies of life coaching. Because 9 times out of 9, your professor that gave you that life coaching degree is not a practicing life coach usually. Your degree in anything officially gives you permission to now get out in the field and go do that thing because you're educated in that specific area. You have a newfound skill set. That's the same thing with coach certification. So when I hear people saying, isn't certification just a piece of paper? Or when you're saying, I've been certified and degree-ified in every area under the sun. And I'm like, well, is one of them life coach certification? Because if not, what you're doing is trying to skip a few steps. Now, how many parents do we have with us today? Like if you're a mom, you're here live and I can see your comments, wave at me, send up a heart or emoji. Because have you ever found yourself saying, especially with that first baby. Now, I was my mom's first baby, and I knew I taught her a lot as a child. I remember some of it. Nikki says, Mama 4. Okay, so Nikki, let me talk to you because everybody ain't going to be honest. So if we can chat for a minute, sis, because you're one of our future coaches. So you're going to have to get used to this. Real love. I give that real tough love. Somebody called me an auntie yesterday. I am an auntie, thank you very much. And so, Nikki, with that first baby, child, I don't know how old you was. I don't know if you want to tell the world, but have you ever, or can you recall ever thinking to yourself, girl, who child, if this would have came with a manual, if somebody would have told me, that you go, she got 18 in the comments. If somebody would have told me at 18 years old how to be a mama, not just a mama, but the best mama I could be, how to skip some steps and what wasn't necessary that I didn't have to learn on my own, or what was going to work specifically for my child that may not work for us. Like, have you ever found yourself thinking, I wish motherhood would have came with a manual? Or even if you married, child, I wish I would have known. Some of us couldn't have been saved with a manual in marriage. But some of these big decisions in life, like how to adult, anybody that's listening to this could relate to that. If adulting, #adulthood, the most ghetto hood of hoods, would have came with instructions. You got to put a K on instruction. We would all be better humans, right? Because what it says is that somebody came before us. So in the parenting situation scenario, we were somebody's baby. We taught our mama some lessons. I know I did. In the adulting scenario, if we could have just had a little bit of instruction, because somebody done been grown up before, and they got some lessons they've learned that they could teach us to help us. In the marriage situations, child, divorce and marriage is a 50-50. You either gonna make it or you're not. It's only two sides to the story. That means somebody's been married before and made it, and somebody's been divorced before and made it, right? So in all of these scenarios, marriage, parenthood, and #ghetto adulting, 0 out of 10 stars recommended, just saying. If it would have came with a manual, Nikki says, amen, sis, she was my blueprint. I like that. She said she was my trial by error. In my case, I was my mama's trial by fire. My mama tried to divorce me. I wish she would have did it legally. I would have been growner than grown. But what it was really saying was I had some stuff to learn, and so did she. And she only knew from what she learned from the people who came before her. And the cycle continues to the beginning of time, or shall I say the beginning? That's what one of my first ladies used to say. Beginning and ending, beginning, because it never really starts, never really ends, right? Bring us back to right now. With your highly educated, highly certified in other areas, degree bearing, collar wearing, title bringing, soul singing, I am Queen of Queens. But have you humbled thyself, daughter, to sit at the feet of those who have come before you in this area we call life coach certification. Have you crossed your legs that Indian style at their feet with your journal pen and a real good little drink like I got here? Got some ice cold ginger lemonade with basil. Have you brought your drink, your journal, maybe even some headphones so you can really tune in? Have you sat at the feet of those who have gone before you? And ask those who are qualified. Maybe you say someone who has trained over 200 coaches, someone who has served almost a decade in this thing, someone who has done it before and make it look real easy and real good. Because in this instance, your certificates and your degrees in other areas do not matter. If you've never mommed before, if you've never adulted before, if you've never been married before, guess who the people are that only qualify to help train you are? Those who have done it. So I don't have kids, have never birthed anything out of my anything. So imagine me just saying, I'm a mom. Let me tell you how to parent. I qualify because I've seen kids be raised. I've seen what Nikki did with her kids at 18. So I can go and tell other people how to raise their kids at 18. And ain't birthed nothing, ain't been through nothing. She said, I will give you my twins. No, thank you. I will be auntie of the year, though. Imagine, even especially in the black church, have you ever seen anyone with the audacity to get up in the pulpit and speak some words over your life and trying to quote scripture and getting it wrong, and they ain't never picked up a Bible? They ain't never been through training as a minister. They ain't never been through nothing, and they trying to speak over your life. It's the same thing when you just decide to pick up your title from other places and call it coaching. You don't know what you're doing. Especially in these times of trauma, we are officially in a traumatic state as a world. We have race and religious riots. We have civic and civil unrest. We have protests. We have things that are going on that we don't even know about yet. We are traumatized as a people. And because life coaching and psychology and counseling and therapy, it's like a line that's as thin as a dental floss. Let me show you this. I keep this at my desk because I always am munching on something and something gets stuck in my teeth. Y'all see the line on this? This is a clean one. So this is a little dental floss with a pick on the end. Y'all see this line right here? This line is so thin. It represents the line of coaching and counseling to me. You can cross that line because it's so thin. It might be hard to break, but it's very, very thin. Now, I share that because if you pick up the title coach and you quote unquote are helping people using your degree, your training and certifications in all other areas, and you feel like you're qualified because of your life story and people, and then you do something or you say something or you don't do something or can't deliver on something, and it triggers a person back into their traumatic state, and you're not qualified or skilled on how to bring that person out of that state or bring them back to the level of consciousness that moves them forward because you haven't had training, you skipped the step of certification. There are legal ramifications that come with that. This is a very, very deep topic, and it keeps popping its head up little by little because people are trying to skip steps because they think because they're educated in other areas, it qualifies them to call themselves a coach. And they're like, oh, certification is just a piece of paper. Well, so is your degree. It's just a piece of paper, a degree, and I got a couple of them. A degree is a piece of paper that supports the thinking and the theory that some man, probably a white man, decided in order to qualify to call yourself this, you need $100,000 degree in blank. Fill in your blank because I'm talking to you too. So like I wrote, let me look up my email because I like how I phrased it, because I told you I had to do some hard thinking. I had to do some rewording. I had to be like, be nice. I had to, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. That was how I had to word this email this morning, because to me, certification is a symbol of protocol. It's a symbol of professionalism. It's where you've decided that you can humble yourself and submit to a system that is designed to educate you, to get you to your next level, to protect you, set expectations, set the intentions of your coaching clients, to let them know what not to look forward to by working with you, letting them know what you're able to deliver on. There's a legal term called tort negligence. Like if you overpromise and underdeliver, even as a coach, you can get sued. But because you skipped a step, or even you decided, I'm going to get certified, but I'm going to do a $25 training. That's not deep enough. You didn't do your degree like that. You didn't do your ministerial training like that. Why would you do someone's life coaching like that? Like, why do people want to skip steps? I'm really trying to understand. Is it that you really don't want to pay the money to get certified, or you think you're too good to be certified, or you think you're too smart to be certified, or you're like, well, it's so similar to blah, blah, blah that technically no, that's not how it works. As the old lady says on the Geico commercial, that's not how any of this works. So my job in this industry is to educate on what coaching is, how to become a professionally trained, skilled, qualified Black woman Christian certified life coach. One degree is not better than the next. A degree and or a certificate literally just signifies that you are willing to humble yourself, sit at the feet of someone who's gone before you, read, write, arithmetic. Y'all remember this? 3 sayings. And you are willing to commit yourself to learning and being taught a new skill, so that when you show up as a coach, you can literally tell your client, girl, I know what it's like to go through a life coach session, because I've been through one as a new coach. That's what my training is all about. You are your own first client. My very first multi-million-dollar mentor taught me that. He also trained me as a coach. He also trained me as a master life coach trainer. I worked 4 years, doctoral level, college level of training and certifying his coaches. And he deemed me ready for the masses. Not that I needed his permission, but I needed that training. I needed weekly phone calls and hours of conversation and debriefs and prayer. We prayed together. It was so much growth that happened because I was willing to humbly submit myself and learn what I should expect. That's what certification is. Just like calling yourself a Christian or calling yourself Muslim, whatever you believe, you had to sit and read and study what to believe. How do you know what you believe if you haven't been in that environment saying, here's what we believe, here's what we practice, here's what we not fit to do? That's the ghetto hood version. You could tell I'm passionate about this because I feel like life coaching gets a bad rap because of thinking that you can skip a step. And that leads to what we call church hurt. It's where you thought you was too good for somebody to tell you something, so you done went out and did something that wrecked somebody else's life. And they may tell you, they may not. They may tell you with a lawsuit. They may tell you with asking for a refund. They may go out and tell other people, y'all, wait a minute. I just heard $2 million coaches having a conversation about a client on a training yesterday. And one coach told the other, do not let this lady in your training. They were talking about another coach. Y'all, the industry talks. Your reputation can be tarnished. If people find out that you skipped a step, you ain't got to worry about your clients asking about a certificate. Your certificate is for you. Like, I know before I got certified, I was terrified to call myself a coach. I'm like, we're going to be playing with people's lives. I don't take that lightly. I guess because I've been through so much of, dealing with death and divorce of my mom happening on the same day. My mom died the same day my divorce became final. I dealt with homelessness. I dealt with the downsizing of my corporate career. I dealt with dropping out of college. All of these within days of each other. So that was enough to rock my world. Like, people have told me since high school, I don't see how you did it. I would have gave up a long time ago. People like choose not to continue living when they have experienced some of the things that I've been through. Imagine having lived through everything and survived to tell the story. So when it comes to life coaching, I take it very seriously because life coaching saved my life. You'll have to come to my future training to find out more. Make sure you're on the email list at the8hourcoach.com. It's pinned in the comments, Facebook. It's the 8-Hour Coach. Use the number 8. But while coaching is an unregulated industry, it's a learned skill, like anything we've learned with these degrees and certificates. So I personally believe that professional training, that education, it benefits the coach and it benefits the client. And it helps to set those expectations and those intentions and, again, avoid potential problems. Nikki says, I definitely don't take it lightly. I want training from a real person with real experience and will hold me accountable. I'm going to screenshot that, Nikki, because the ladies that I train have definitely thought through that. But those who are trying to skip steps because they've been there, done that, have experience in other areas, if you have not successfully completed a certification training, if you don't have a successful coaching company, do you really think you're qualified to coach or call yourself a coach? And see what that really does. And I'm glad I didn't post in my other group this morning, because I realized the post was more seeking validation from colleagues, because even the poster, or the OP, the original poster, as they say here in the internets, she was posting that in a group of colleagues, not her ideal clients. Now, I dare you to ask a group of people considering paying you $10,000 or more if you can skip a few steps. Would they be okay with it? Your colleagues are going to be like, yeah, girl, I skip steps too. That's because everybody in remedial class. Who here trying to make it to honors? Me, I'm going to raise my hand because I need to learn and get out of here with y'all, because y'all crazy. I ain't trying to get sued. So it's one thing to ask a group of your colleagues. They're going to affirm you because they sinning too, okay? Yes, I'm comparing it to sin. We just sin differently, okay? But then if you, again, pose that to your clients, I cheated a little bit. You all right with that? Go on and slide that $10,000 check over here, and I'll tell you what I think coaching is. Now, if I mess up your life, forgive me. You already paid me too late. That's why coaching gets a bad rap. So it's one thing to ask your colleagues. It's one thing to ask your paying coaching clients if it's okay to skip a few steps. It was something else I was going to say about that thought will come back to me. But again, certification is about honoring a process. It's about honoring a protocol, like any level of your higher level education. And then you're rewarded. I've done a live on this before. You're rewarded for your commitment to that process with a document, your certificate. My coaches' certificates are across the room. Let me go get them. Let me show you all, because maybe you haven't seen the certificate, and I got some to show you. I'm going to just pull one out of our group, but this is one of our coaches, Tina Marie, and her story is so unique. I love her story, but this is how our old certificates used to look. They was cute, but they cuter now. Nikki, can you see your name on one of these, girl? So let me show you what this represents. It's giving you an official title. You know how you make things official, especially with marriage, when you put a ring on it. So it's putting a ring on it. And then it's telling who is giving that title, who is putting that ring on it. Well, in my case, the International Center for Life Coach Training is putting a ring on it. Here's your title, Certified Life Coach. It's hereby conferred upon and awarded to. We're announcing to the world on your behalf that it's official. We put a ring on it and you carry this title. Your name is here. It's bigger than pretty much everything else on this paper, saying this coach. Look at that title. First and last name, middle name, everything that you've been called before is on here. Government official. Giving the date, on this date, and it gives the date that you completed your training, meaning you've went in, you put in the hours, you put in the time, you put in the work, you've shown your work, you've shown how you got your answers, like they used to say in math class. And we are, again, qualifying you. We're certifying you. We're affirming you and your skills, saying after successfully, she didn't fail, she didn't cheat, she didn't skip, she didn't copy and paste what others was doing. She ain't got imposter syndrome. She's confident because she successfully completed the life coach certification training course, not the social work course, not the PhD in something else course, not the certification in something outside of life coaching course, but in the life coach certification course. So she officially has permission on our behalf. We got her back. We're going to back her up. And as a matter of fact, let me sign this thing saying that I too have studied this field for years. I carry the title. I'm going to put my stamp on it. I'm going to literally put my seal on that thing. We have a corporate seal that signs that thing. My company backs this training. Here's our logo if you want to look us up, because this is now one of our certified coaches. She has a number to prove it. And if you need to call our office for a copy of this document or ask us, what score did she make on her assessment? What has she put into it? Who were her coaching clients in the beginning and what did they say about her? We got her back. Coach T. Marie Sykes can do all that. She can simply give my name and my phone number, and I can confirm all the things that's on that certificate. I can show them her assessment where she did what the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. I can show where she sent in questions, meaning sat at the feet of the elders who have gone before her and literally wrote a book on it, the manual that we wish all adulting decisions would come with. I wrote the book on life coaching based on my own experience. Like Nikki says, a real person with real experience. This ain't in no textbook. It ain't nothing I heard nobody else say. No, I live this thing. Just like you're living in the true reality of parenting and wifing and adulting, okay? There are books on it, but we just wish it came with it in the beginning. Life coaching comes with a book. You can skip some steps by getting a book. You don't have to figure it all out. And those who try to skip steps, you deserve imposter syndrome. You deserve to wonder if you're doing it right or wrong. You deserve to live in the fear of messing up because you've neglected being educated in this specific space that's catered only for life coach certification. You wanted to guess and Google and try to, maneuver your way, wiggle your way out of it. You deserve everything that comes with that. And deserving is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a learning lesson. So sometimes, when we bump our heads and we like, whoop, let me go get some training, we'll come back around to the realization that certification is about honoring that process, honoring that protocol, like anything we've been through, and that certificate, that's literally receipts, documentation, proving that you have this certificate of completion. It speaks to your integrity. It speaks to your humility. It speaks to your willingness to be taught a new skill. It speaks to your next level so that you're not carrying on your consciousness saying, am I cheating? Am I trying to cheat the system? Is my client going to believe that I'm qualified? Do I believe I'm qualified? Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Let me go ask my friends what they think. Your friends ain't paying you. So again, having a college degree, which of course is not needed to become a coach, or even if you have training or certification in any other area, it's not the same as being a certified coach. Period. Poo. So certification, my favorite thing about it, answers that big frequently asked question that I get. And it's a two-parter. One is like, is life coaching saturated? And then part B is like, well, if it is, how can I stand out as a coach? Oh, I'm getting certified. Showing that you studied to show thyself approved. Showing that you too are humble to a process that you know nothing about. You haven't had success in it yet. You want to work in it. You want to know it. You want to be validated in it. Showing that you are certified in it, it allows you to stand out, and not just stand out. Let me tell y'all why you want to stand out. Life coaching is a $24 billion industry. Unfortunately, Black women only represent 9% of this industry. I need to do the math on that exact number, because when you consider Black women Christian certified coaches, many, most, majority of the 9% make less than $24,000 a year. And I bet you I can tell you why. It's because they're trying to figure it out on their own. They don't trust their training. They don't trust their skills because they're not officially confident as a certified coach. And so they're guessing and they're Googling and again, trying to figure everything out on their own, trying to skip steps, trying to copy and paste what others are doing. And it's not working for them because they have not learned how to go within and study thyself. That's why I offer a one-day Black woman Christian life coach certification self-study system. Because you first have to go through the process. You have to start a healing of what you thought to be true as you go out and help others. You're going to heal as you help. That's my life motto. You know, it's not showing up as someone who's so perfect that everything in my life is just put together. No, let's heal together as we help our paying coaching clients, okay? So yes, accountability is important in that, because skipping becoming a professionally trained, skilled, or qualified certified life coach just because you believe you're highly educated in all these other areas, again, it doesn't qualify you to coach. It doesn't qualify you to call yourself a coach. And whether you're certified or not, success is not guaranteed, okay? So you have to decide what that is for yourself. And so in my post this morning, in my email this morning, I promised that I would do a live as a follow-up to this post. If you're ready to skip steps, make sure you're on our email list at the8hourcoach.com, because open enrollment is coming soon. We have some spaces that are about to open up in our Black Woman Christian Life Coach Certification Training, which is a 24-hour study to show thyself approved self-study process. And I did a live on how that's broken down into 24 hours, meaning this time tomorrow, 24 days, or 24 weeks. You can choose your track, but either way, knowing that you're on the right track allows you to not only register, but come on into a Christian coaching community of others who have said, you know what? I am going to lay aside what I thought coaching to be. I'm going to lay aside seeking validation from my friends or family members because they're not my paying clients. And I'm going to study this thing to show myself approved. I'm going to show up with confidence. I'm going to make some money off this thing because it's still ministry, but you can also get paid, okay? And I teach you how to do all of that. I share all of this passion. I was like, where did this come from? Y'all should have seen me typing. I was into it, and I was like, let me not post this here and post it to people who I know need to hear it. Did this bless you on today? Did you get something from it? Did you get to hear something that you may have needed to hear? Maybe you have been thinking it. Maybe it confirmed some things that you kind of already knew, but you wanted to hear a second opinion. Well, this is your second opinion. And if you've been waiting on a sign, child, it's your sign, okay? Make sure you're joined on the email list, the8hourcoach.com. Nikki, you have been so phenomenal and engaging today. Do you have any questions about anything we talked about so far? I know you've been here for the longest, hanging out with us today. So let me know if you have a question as I recap. So yes, life coaching is unregulated, but it's also a learned skill, and it benefits you and your coaching client and avoids potential future problems when you get certified. And certification is simply about honoring a process and a protocol, just like any other level of higher education. And then you're rewarded, just like you're rewarded with your degree, you're rewarded with a certificate of completion that's going to speak volumes to who you are as a coach, as a person, your integrity, your humility, your willingness and ability to be taught. You ain't coming as a know-it-all that nobody can't tell you nothing. Or as Kanye say, they can't tell me nothing. Y'all know I quote song and scripture, okay? But yeah, just because you have a college degree, which is not needed as the coach, whether you got a degree or trained in another area, it's not the same as being a certified coach. Certification is going to allow you to stand out in this billion-dollar industry and figure out your lane. I got this new saying, this new slogan God gave me where I'm leading in my lane. It's going to help you lead in your lane as a Black woman Christian certified life coach, because skipping the steps to becoming professionally trained, getting the skills you need, learning about being a certified coach because you're highly educated in other areas, it doesn't qualify you to coach. Just like your story doesn't qualify you to coach. You need to learn the skill of coaching, and nothing is guaranteed. Your success is not guaranteed. It's what you make it. So you have to define that for yourself. And it starts by showing up to trainings like this, listening to master classes like this, engaging, asking questions, joining the email list over at the8hourcoach.com, joining our complimentary Christian coaching community, activating that VIP process. Get access to that membership and come join us, train with us, learn. Y'all can tell I go deep if I'm doing this on a free training. Yeah, wait. Just imagine what all I share. Y'all, we got so much fun stuff that's getting ready to come up. Nikki says, which program do you suggest for me? Brand new to this. I prefer to learn with you, not self-paced. So what I love about y'all, Nick, I'm going to start calling you Nick just because it sounds cute. Can I call you Nick? I'm going to call you Nick. You can't do nothing. So Nick, on average, let me flip it, because this question comes to me different ways as well. Like, how long does it really take? Okay, she's not like that. Good. Thank you, girl. Ask any of my coaches. They all got different ways I say their names. So, because, everyone comes in at a different pace. Let me get a little sip. Shouts out to Jada Che. If y'all here in Atlanta, look up Jada Che Tea, Black owned auntie and niece tea company here in Atlanta. I was there yesterday. I'm glad I got more than one bottle. So Nick, people say, how long does on average it take people to, select a track and complete it? We have had one coach. Okay, let me break it down like this, because I know you're gonna be with us for a minute. So when I was training live here in Atlanta from 2016 to 2019, you would complete this training. Well, not this training. I was teaching another version of a life coach certification training in partnership with the organization that trained me. And it was an 8-hour training, but it was really longer than that. But I knew how to make it fun and get through them 8 hours. And I'm like, y'all, we not going to sit here and read. Y'all want the answers, the cheat sheet, the manual. Even in the manual, I gave the cheat sheets. And I'm like, y'all want to hear some real life experience, some real life stories. And of course, everybody said yes. So we made it through that training in 8 hours. Now, when I do my version of a life coach certification based on real life experience, took out all the fluff that I had been teaching for years. I don't teach nothing that I used to teach back in the day. This is all new, specifically for Black women of faith. And when I first brought it online at the top of 2020, pre-corona, we would do live streams. Guess how long they were? 8 hours, because I still knew how to get you through that process fluff-free, using my own information, my own experience, my own life story of what's working, plus the success we were starting to gain with our coaches. Then that live stream, I packaged it up, turned it into a self-study course that was 8 hours. But I noticed that when I removed myself from the equation, y'all wasn't finishing in 8 hours. And I said, okay. It left me feeling some type of way. Like they need auntie to hold their hands to get through this training. But I got so involved with what else you could do to be an even better coach. Whether you want to write a book or start speaking or getting on podcasts or doing partnerships with other people to get your message out as a coach. Or we have some documentarians. I'm the most recent documentarian. I just released my documentary February of 2022. And so she said, I got you, need Auntie. Well, Auntie is no longer available at this moment live. So I packaged Auntie up. Like all this you just got today, plus how you see me show up. Child, she ready. Somebody said, I wish I could put your energy in a bottle. It is bottled up in that handbook that you get with our 1-day life coach certification training, right? And so what I love is that I'm leading in my lane and I'm leading by success. I'm teaching you how to leave your own legacy. Do you want to be a documentary filmmaker? Well, I literally put the template to how I just created this film in under 30 days, the shortest month of the year, which is February, and did everything from my cell phone. And it was even professionally reviewed by Amazon. You know, Amazon Prime, Amazon, what is it? Movie, video. I got all that in there, girl. I give you the secrets because I'm leading in my lane with my legacy. So I'm encouraging other legacy builders. So we have reality TV stars. We got, of course, all the titles in the church: Reverend, Deacon, Pastor, First Lady, Minister, Relationship Coach, Guru. I have my writer's program in this course. If you ever wanted to write a book because you know you got a story, you can combine it as a certified coach. One of our very first, well, she was our second coach to write a book. She came and trained with me live back in like 2016, got her book written with me, sent it off to Steve Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres, and then I sent her a $5,000 coaching client who wanted to write a book as well because I didn't have time to do it. So you see how coaching can lead to other things. I throw all of that in there, depending on the legacy that you want to lead. You want to get on the podcast? Girl, I've been over 100. They're my favorite thing to do in my pastime. I was just thinking about the one I did with one of my success coaches a couple months ago. She's in Scotland, so I had to wake up at 6 a.m. My face was ashy and everything. And I was like, girl, you know I love you. But I'm literally her success story out of hundreds of people that signed up to work with her. I am the black face. Y'all know how that is. Not the token black girl, but I'm the black success story in that program, having made the most money as a black woman in that program. So when you set your intentions, when you set the vision, there are things to line up that vision and that legacy. And I throw all that in my training complimentary. Just because you said yes to what God is calling you to do and you're not trying to skip steps. So that way, after you get certified, you don't have to wonder what's next. What was the vision God gave you? Okay, certification. Okay, now I want to go speak. Okay, now I'm going to take that speaking and package and put it in a book. Okay, now I want to create my own coaching program. How do I do that? Oh, guess what? It's a complimentary training called How to Create Your First Group Coaching Program and then turn on what we call passive profits. It's all in there. You get years worth of complimentary continuing education that I just let God lead me about a year ago. And I said, I'm just give all this away. It's over $10,000 of extra bonus training in there, plus access to my mentors, my accountant. He can't wait to work with y'all. I have a speaker mentor. He's awesome. His training is in there. It's so much goody good stuff that's in there to where I want to make it easy, an easy decision, a no-brainer. Plus, yes, I'm real. Yes, I'm in your comments, and yes, I'm in your inbox like, hey, girl, checking in. I might be sitting on the toilet, laying in the bed, or driving, but I'm thinking about you. Hey, girl, Auntie is showing up for your business. I am Auntie of the Year for these businesses. I might not be nobody's mama, but honey, these Auntie duties with over 200 little nieces and nephews running around here. Y'all's businesses are my nieces and nephews, so that's why I show up. Real and raw. My coach told us yesterday, if you in a robe and your hair look crazy, jump on camera, talk to your people. And her coach said, well, wait. Only if that's on brand. And y'all, I almost did it. My robe is over on my bed. I was about to get on here, hair looking crazy, with a robe on to give y'all this message today. That's how much I love my nieces and nephews, okay? All right. So long as we understand. Nikki says, how cool is that? Okay, super dope. Auntie is here for them businesses. I am that auntie that calls. I don't really want to talk to you. My brothers hate that. Hi, the kids. Put one arm on the phone. I want to talk to the boo. So that's how I'm going to do you with your coaching business. Hey, girl, how's coaching? We got a group of 50 coaches that's here on Facebook as part of our certified coaching Christian community. And they can tell you, I check on my nieces and nephews all the time. And they've learned to do the same thing. So you'll have other aunties checking on your baby too. So I just hope you're ready for the next level. And I said all that to say, if you have the vision, you can finish it quick without me, but with me packaged in a bottle. But you can also take your time. We have people who do their trainings one a week. So every Monday and Tuesday. Somebody emailed me their schedule yesterday saying every Sunday and Monday is your day, Dr. AJ. And I was like, thank you. But to know that she had committed to a coaching schedule where she was determined to get certification done, she knew every Sunday and Monday would be, 60 minutes to sit down and do the training. So she's on our 24-hour trek. And then if you just really, you got a lot going on, you might be committed to other programs. We got the 6-month trek, which is 24 weeks. So you either got 24 hours where you're doing one training an hour for 24 hours. It's possible because I'm doing it now with another coaching program I'm in. I just finished 90 days of training with them in 2 weeks. So I know it's possible. But that's if, you have the time. But I understand y'all busy. Y'all ain't, y'all got kids and booze and everything else going on. I'm sitting here learning how to make this thing better. So I'm mastering this area. And so Nikki says, okay, yes, I love that. I would definitely need a schedule. So yeah, picking a schedule. I teach you how to do that. Whether you're on our fast track, I don't know. I just got chills thinking about it. But if I were you, I would do 24 hours. If I knew that I could shut everything down and every hour on the hour, 1 hour out of a whole day for 24 days or for 24 hours, I would get it done. If I knew for 24 hours, every hour on an hour for 24, if I knew I could wake up tomorrow certified and I wasn't certified, I would be on that 24-hour track. I would do a training every hour for 24 hours and then it's done. It's done forever, One a day for 24 days, knowing that you're working towards completion on that 24th day and it's done. I would do that too. If I had a lot of little nieces and nephews running around me, a boo and everything else, and I couldn't commit my time, I would choose 24 weeks, because I understand, you're committed to other things, including other coaching programs. But if again, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, however you do it, for 24 weeks, and in 6 months, you're going to be done. That's an option as well. You can combine them and meet me somewhere in the middle. So it's very flexible. And I thought this process through and it's worked successfully for our coaches. And on average, they choose the 24-day track. That's the median. That's the average. Because things happen, life happens, things pop up, and you have access to the program for a full year. But I put you on track to complete it no longer than 6 months. Because after that, you're going to forget you got it. You're not going to do it. And then you're going to be like one of our coaches from literally 2 years ago who sees other coaches succeeding and email me secretly like, I know it's been 2 years and you ain't heard from me. And I just wanted to let you know I still want to be a coach. Did that help, Nick? So that's how that process works. Hopefully that's clear. She says, yes, I can commit to a schedule. So that's what that's about, girl. I can definitely help. Hold on. Excuse me. Help it make more sense when we get you registered. Need a cough drop. Okay, she says, I take Friday through Monday off, so I think I can make it happen. I need you to know. Don't come here playing. This how I'm going to do you. I'm going to turn into mama in a minute. Be like, if you know you coming in here and you ain't going to finish, don't come in here. Got treat y'all like an auntie, mama, grandmama. You going to finish? Okay. But I also know how it is, though, to having to extend your training time, because it took me 15 years to get my degrees. Because #life, okay? Say in there like swimwear. I hear you. So my job as your coach is to be patient, to hold the space. You'll learn all about that in the training. And I love that you guys, excuse me, can see your own vision, but also see how it's lined up with the vision God has given me for you. I didn't notice what I was walking into, so we walking together like Mary. She says, I'm definitely gonna finish. I believe you. I see your stuff that you post, and I know you're a completer. And just that feeling of accomplishment. And what I really am fascinated by is certification is a different outcome than people even expect. So while one person is looking at a sheet of paper, it's a whole nother experience. And you'll see what we're talking about, because ours is a self-study. So keep me posted for when you're ready. I got your link ready. You probably got a link from me already. I've had several conversations from North America to the Cayman Islands over the last few weeks about who's ready to get certified. And you don't want to skip the step of certification, but you want to skip the steps of what it took me. You don't have 15 years. You won't have $145,000 to invest. I'll talk about all that in the training chat. So, that's all I got today. Any other questions, my dear? I'm happy to chat offline as well. If anyone's watching the replay and you got a question at this point, tag me good. Tag me or send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I'm happy to chat. I had a chat with a young man yesterday. He'll probably watch this video. Hello, Neville. How are you? He told me I'm like an auntie. I can be auntie. I'm fine with that. So she says, I'm good. Thanks for all the information. You are more than welcome. Thank you for being here, for engaging, for asking questions, for showing up. I know you're going to show up as a coach. I'm speaking that into existence, into your life. That's what my coach did for me. I think it was the second day of our 2-day certification. He said, you're going to do great things in this industry. And I agreed. So I joined my faith with his, and here we are. That was in 2013. We're coming up on 9 years this month. And I got something fun planned for y'all. So make sure you're on the list at the 8hourcoach.com. That's www.the8hourcoach.com. Use the number 8. And until we meet again, my friends, remember, there's someone somewhere. They're waiting on you, Nikki, to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. And as you know, as a Black woman Christian certified life coach, when you impact one life child, you impact generations. Thank y'all for being here with me today. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I'm going to meet you on the list because I'm going to re-send what I missed to those on the list at www.the8hourcoach.com. I'll see y'all soon. God bless. Bye, future Black Christian women certified life coaches who don't want to skip steps and about to join the email list. All right. See y'all soon. Peace.